Hey guys, welcome to Big Loz Official. Today we're going to bring you our Shaw Classic prediction video. We've been promising you guys that we're going to do a video on this. Obviously with World's Strongest Man happening, this month, we didn't want to talk about this show before that for two reasons really. One, to just focus on World's Strongest Man, and the other being you don't know who's going to get injured, and there was a few injuries that have changed the lineup, etc, etc. So today we're going to go through the athletes, through the events, and Liz is going to tell us everything else we need to know.
So it's a 2-day competition, 6 events in total, split over the 2 days. The first day is going to be held at his home gym, Brian Shaw's home gym, and then the second day will be up at his new mountain gym. And
to be fair, if you've seen Brian's gyms, they're not like your standard home gym. No. They are pretty awesome, state-of-the-art facilities. So
absolutely, yeah.
They're not just in a little shed somewhere.
Yeah, home gym, yeah. It's not really a fair sort of description of what he's got there. So he's doing it across 2 days. There's obviously no spectators for obvious reasons, although 2 lucky winners will be there. So imagine just being
pretty cool.
Just one of 2 people there in a crowd. It's a man and his wife, so that's a really cool prize.
They won the opportunity to go and watch.
I don't know the details, but Brian did a competition. It was a giveaway, and someone won it. And
that's pretty cool.
That's a really cool treat. That's
for a big Strongman fan. That would be amazing.
Yeah, like the ultimate sort of VIP experience. But anywho, so we know that the referees for the event are Van Hatsfield and Chad Coy, both big names in American Strongman.
Yeah, both guys have been around for a long time. They've been heavily involved in Strongman for years through promotion, competing, refereeing. So, yeah, good 2 referees to have there.
Good choices. And I think, obviously, it's important to get that right because it's Brian's competition and Brian's competing himself. Yeah. He's not going to want any speculation over judging or anything like that. He's going to want 2 really solid referees, isn't he? The only way people are going to be able to watch this is by signing up for the Shaw Strength Elite Club, which is club.shawstrength.com, I believe, but we'll pop a link in the description anyway. So it does cost $8.99. It's a monthly subscription, but he has said obviously people can cancel straight away afterwards. He's also said that the money, so for people that just sign up purely to watch the competition, that money is going to go into the prize pot for athletes. He's already putting in $25,000 himself and then the subscription money on top. So I think that's really nice. And that's, how many people would have killed for any sort of live stream at World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
And it would have just been 10 times better if then that money was also going towards the athletes. So I think we'll sign up, won't we?
Yeah, of course, we'll sign up. We'll definitely be watching, as we do with most Strongman events.
Yes, and we will cover it. However, one important thing. So he said in his most recent live video that the athletes won't be sharing any content from the competition. It will just be on his website. And for that reason, just because it's a 2-day competition, we're not going to do any sort of
day one results.
Yeah. No, just because we think it's important that people do pay to sign up, and some people might disagree with that, but it's going to the athletes, and the athletes have had a really tough year.
Yeah, I think the thing to focus on with Strongman is it's still a small niche sport.
Yeah.
The majority of athletes don't get paid very well at all. So when there's an opportunity like this that comes along and it is going back to the athletes, we like to try and support it. I know a lot of you guys as fans do as well. So, and I know all the athletes appreciate it as well. So whether it's kind of, the way we want things to be long term, it's the way it is right now. And I think if we're starting to see that the athletes are getting something back, it's a good sign.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll do a sort of recap and results after day 2, but we're not going to cover anything on day 1.
Right, so to the exciting stuff, the events and the competitors. Do you want to run through the events quickly?
Okay, so the events on day 1 at the home gym is going to be a max log press. Then it's going to be a head-to-head yoke race. Brian said that the yoke weight will be around 500 kilos.
It's about 1,100 pounds.
Yeah, which is a nice weight, isn't it?
So that's a good weight for elite level strongman. It's heavy, but it's not, ridiculously heavy.
Yeah.
It's probably the weight that I feel pro level strongman competition should be at right now.
Should be using right now. And then after that, it's going to be a farmer's medley, which I think is quite exciting. So it's 2 sets of farmers, so out of one into the other, and then finally a frame carry. So
we don't know the weights for this right now. It's not been announced, but I'm going to guess it'll be a set of farmers, then a heavier set of farmers, then into a heavier frame carry.
On day 2 then at the mountain gym is going to be a max hammer tire deadlift. The weights and jumps will be decided by the referees. So after that, it's going to be dumbbell for reps, circus dumbbell. I believe that's going to be a head-to-head as well.
Yep.
And then finally, a 6 to 8 stone Atlas stone run.
Yeah, he said the stones are going to finish at similar weight to World's Strongest Man. So looking at about 210 kilos, 450-ish pounds, something like that. Heavy set of stones, particularly if they do 8. 8 will be tough to finish.
It's going to separate.
And the one thing, I mean, we'll go through the whole athlete list in a minute, but one thing, Brian has a big advantage here. It's not just because it's the home gym thing, but Brian lives at altitude.
Yes.
And that's something that will come into play into this performance. And it's one of the reasons I think he's going to do so well.
Apparently, though, oxygen will be supplied for the athletes on day 2. I'm not joking. There will be oxygen for them.
That's funny. Well, I've competed at altitude before. I've done a few contests at high altitude, and it's hard.
Is it?
Do you know what I mean? Just walking around, you suddenly really feel it.
I don't think I've ever been at altitude under any circumstance.
I don't think you have, to be honest. You've not been anywhere
high up
with me.
We went to the Highlands, but they're not even high, are they? It's a lie. So I've been robbed.
But yeah, I think the altitude is going to be a big issue and a real factor for a lot of athletes. So it's going to be an interesting one to see how, where people are used to living and the different elevation levels and seeing how they perform. Because it's not like they're going to have much time to acclimatise to it.
No.
It's not like they're going there a few months beforehand and it's going to make a difference. So I do think he has a big advantage, and that's not taking anything away from putting in this comp. He's doing a good job putting on a pro show, giving the athletes an opportunity. He's not, even if he wins, he said he's not going to take the prize money.
No, it will be split then amongst the other
But
athletes.
I genuinely believe he has a big advantage for 2 reasons. One, most of the equipment is his equipment. It's his environment, it's his gym, and the altitude. I do think, and he'll want to still prove he's one of the best in the world.
Yeah, of course he will.
There's one thing not winning worlds. If he doesn't win this competition, I'm sure he'll be really upset with himself.
Yeah, it's not like he's picked his best events though. Max log,
I think it's a good set of strongman events. I really do. Like,
I agree.
I like this set of events in terms of competition. I think it tests various different degrees of strength. You got the max log in there, the deadlift. You got farmers and yoke, dumbbell for reps, 2 pressing events. So, they're certainly not bad events for Brian.
No,
but it's events that I think anyone can practice. It's not like, people might say the Hummer deadlift. But it's as long as you can deadlift, you can practice.
Then you can hammer deadlift as well. Yeah.
That's not a huge issue. So
these are mostly experienced athletes anyway.
They're all experienced athletes. Yeah. They're all used to doing log. They're all used to doing yoke, farmers, deadlifts, dumbbell, and Atlas stones. There's no weird events in there whatsoever. So I quite like it as a set of events. Let's go through the athletes, because there's been a few changes. Obviously, with World's Strongest Man, I think Evan Singleton was supposed to be competing. Torn his bicep. He's just had surgery. I think originally Rob Kearney was supposed to be competing.
Evan replaced Rob.
Yeah.
It's like a cursed
and
spot.
Graham Hicks as well.
Yeah,
Graham Hicks was supposed to be doing it. Unfortunately, another bicep tear. It's a very, very common injury in strongman. So many of the guys have torn biceps.
Yeah.
It's sad when it happens, but it is a common occurrence.
2 really solid replacements, though.
Oh, very good replacements. Yeah. The list of athletes is really cool.
Read it out then.
Okay. So we're starting off with Brian Shaw, putting the competition on, obviously. He's going to be, one of the favourites. I'm excited to see a return as Zydrunas Savickas.
Bless him.
Bless him. He's looking good.
No, I know. I don't mean that in a patronising way. I like Zydrunas.
Yeah. And I think, you look at his training videos right now. He's looking strong.
Yeah,
he's done a few smaller shows and he's won every one that he's done. This is the first real step up now to see if he's the Zydrunas of old or not. And at 46, you'd probably say he's not. But
never say never
with this set of events as well, I think it's a decent set of events for him. If he's in shape.
Do you know what as well? Zydrunas is so experienced. He's one of those, I bet the altitude affects him the least. Just because he's some sort of robot, isn't
You're probably right. He just seems to kind of float into wherever he goes.
Yeah, he does.
Just gets on with stuff, breaks records and floats back out. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of shape he's in.
Yeah.
The thing with Zadrunas, he just really, really enjoys it. And we get into the arguments of, should guys retire or shouldn't they? He just loves strongman, and he just wants to keep competing. So,
but that makes him so fun to watch as well. It's really easy to watch someone who's clearly enjoying themselves.
I'm sort of in two minds, with I'm sometimes like, if you were capable of so much when you were younger, then why would you keep going? But then I also, when you look at fans that still want to see these athletes compete, and you don't mind them not being, in their absolute prime, then it's great to still...
Why deny the fans?
Yeah.
Why deny yourself if you enjoy it?
I'm quite excited about it's going off topic, but there's Mike Tyson's fighing tonight.
Oh, Christ.
He's way past his best, but it's still, as a boxing fan, I'm excited to watch it.
Have you bought the pay-per-view?
I will do.
Yeah.
I haven't told you yet. Back to Strongman. We found that out the other day. They don't need to be told that. Back to the Strongman competition. We've got the new world's strongest man, Alexey Novakov, is going to be competing. Terry Hollands.
Yes.
Looked good at World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, he
coming
did.
back.
Some good events for Terry as well.
Adam Bishop up next.
Yeah.
Britain's Strongest Man. Solid performance at Worlds again. Some great events in there, such as the yoke he won at World's Strongest Man. He's really quick on those type of events and a good, consistent performer. Luke Stoltman has been invited. When I first saw this, and I saw that Luke was in and Tom wasn't. I wasn't outraged. I was just like, what's going on? But apparently Tom was invited as well.
He was.
Tom wants to focus on Britain's Strongest Man, which is 8 weeks away.
Yeah.
He is really focused on winning that title. So obviously it's not a title he's won yet.
No, and it's understandable. He's come second in Worlds. He's going to be desperate for that Britain's Strongest Man title.
So he's decided to pass up this opportunity to focus on the British.
Yeah.
Then we've got Jerry Pritchett, fresh off his awesome performance at World's Strongest Man, looking in to be, probably the best shape we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Jerry does again.
And again, good set of events for Jerry.
Yeah.
Then we have Robert Oberst, good friends with Brian.
Is that what you've got to say about that?
I don't think it's the best set of events for Rob, if I'm totally honest, especially with the deadlift being in there. Actually, to be honest, there's some good events. But
Rob's good at yoke as well.
He is, yeah.
He's not bad at moving.
Rob is a good, consistent strongman. I think the issue with Rob is, and it's not an issue with Rob personally. I think Rob is a lovely person.
Yeah, Rob
but
is
I think sometimes Rob is put onto that elite level of strongman.
The thing is, because Rob is so popular, his fans. Some people, they're not fans of strongman, they're fans of Rob, and they're like, Rob will win, Rob will win.
I look at this lineup and I think if Rob comes anywhere between mid-table and last, that's kind of where I see him.
Okay.
He's not going to be threatening for a podium. That's my personal opinion. If he goes and proves me wrong, I'll congratulate him and say well done. So it's never a personal thing.
No, I know.
I just look at who I think is capable of things, and I give my honest opinion on kind of lineups. So it's never like a personal attack. But I think because he's so popular, he's put onto this pedestal of like a Brian Shaw or a Zadrunas and those type of guys. And the fact is, he's still a great strongman.
Of course he is.
I put him into that level of a lot of guys that are all capable of beating each other. It's I'd put myself into that level when I was competing. On a good day, you can do really well. On a bad day, you might kind of drop back down.
Yeah.
You're not like a Brian or a Zadrunas or a Thor that just always are up at the top. Then we have JF Caron and Maxime Boudreau, the Canadian boys coming in. Maxime, good events for him with this.
I don't know much about Maxime, so I couldn't.
He's very good at some of the moving events like the yokes, the farmers, and I think he's looking, just improving all the time. And then obviously JF Caron.
We know how consistent JF is. Max deadlift.
Other than his log at World's Strongest Man, he was flying.
Yeah.
And I think some good events again for him with things like, the deadlift.
Yeah.
He's exceptionally good at.
Yeah.
Yoke and farmers are slightly weaker for him, so I don't expect. I was really pushing JF at World's Strongest Man. I think this contest he might slip down just a little bit.
I
in some
agree.
Of those events.
2 overhead events in there as well, which isn't the best for JF, but hopefully he'll still do well.
He's still a great strongman. He's going to perform well, but it's a good set of events and a great list of athletes.
So then, who do you choose? Who is your winner? I've got mine.
Well, firstly, I think, we do these prediction videos, and I think we need to sort of have some consequences at the end of them now. I think.
Why would you want to do that to yourself? I'm confused.
Well,
I
think I'm feeling a bit more cocky because I was closer with the World's Strongest Man predictions.
Were you?
Yeah, you even admitted it yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the first time that I've been closer.
Yeah, I usually win these things.
You do. But I thought for the people watching, it would be fun to sort of make us do some forfeits. I don't know what kind of forfeits yet, but yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see if she wins or not.
Yeah.
That's basically what she's saying. So you guys let us know if you want to see, forfeits and what kind of things you'd have in mind.
Seems a bit childish.
Pie in the face.
I don't bloody know.
Anyway, give us your prediction. Who's going to be your top 3 for this show?
So my winner, the winner is, I pick for number 1, Alexey Novakov.
Okay.
Not
Obviously,
just because obviously he's just won World's Strongest Man, so it might seem like a bit of a cop-out. But look at the events. Dumbbell for reps.
He's very good.
He's going to be, I think, untouchable on that event. Max Hummer deadlift. It's going to be a good event for him.
Going on what he did with the 18-inch deadlift at
Yeah,
Worlds.
exactly. Yeah. Max Log, I think that's the one event where he probably won't place top 3. But other than that, I can see him being top 3 in
He's very
pretty much
consistent.
every other
His
event.
farmers at Worlds were great.
Really good.
He's good at the yoke.
He's just a fast, dynamic athlete, and I think if he's in contention, then he's going to end up with a really good stone run. And I think it's good overall events. I don't think he'll care about the altitude.
It's not whether you care about it. It's just it actually affects
Yeah,
you.
but he's such a tough guy, isn't he? He's, from the Ukraine.
Liz has never been to altitude.
Clearly not.
You can't tough it out with altitude. It just affects you.
Alexey will.
Okay.
Zadrunas, but no one else will.
They will float above the altitude. Okay, so you're going Alexey?
Yeah. Oh, do I need a number 2 and number 3?
Well, I'm going to pick Brian Shaw to win.
Okay.
And people probably think I'm nuts with, I predicted Brian would come 5th at Worlds.
And you were right, weren't you?
I thought he'd be top 5. I thought, but this I think will be having that familiarity of events makes a difference. I know from personal experience. People come down to train with me, or I've probably done over 200 competitions. I used to compete. Do you remember Irvin Katona?
Yeah, of course I remember
Irvin from Serbia. He's a really good strongman.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, I would beat him in a competition. We'd have some close battles. I'd normally kind of come out on top. I competed in Serbia one year.
You couldn't touch him, could you?
It was like I was a beginner against him. He was just so much better than everyone. He won the competition easily. And it is a factor, having that home advantage.
Don't forget, though, a lot of this equipment is being supplied by
No,
RAW.
I know
so
that.
It's not like it's Brian's.
No, I know that. But again, I'm talking about like the familiarity of the surroundings,
just the comfort levels of being at home.
The only one thing I will say, and I've organised a competition before, is there is a lot of stress with organising a competition.
Yes.
So if he's got that on top, it can distract from the competition. It depends what kind of team he's got around him, helping him with things. If he's allowed to focus on the show, I think he's going to come out on top. If he's got to kind of do everything, they are factors that play in, definitely. If
their relationship is anything like ours, then Kerry will be doing it all anyway. So. I think Brian will be fine.
So second and third place, I'm going to go for, I think Alexey Novakov will be second.
I'm going for Brian second.
Okay. So
I'm going for Jerry third.
Jerry third. Right, I'm going to put a spanner in the works.
Why do you have to be like this?
Just to be fun,
Okay,
just to pick something different. I'm going to pick Zadrunas to come third.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love it if he
Zadrunas,
did.
I'm going to pick Zadrunas is going to come back and he's going to win the log. He's going to beat Luke Stoltman on the log.
Of course, Luke's in there for the log now. Do you reckon?
Those two going for a world record.
Exciting.
Zadrunas gets it.
Oh, I don't know. Zadrunas, surely he's not in world record shape. We've seen what Zadrunas looks like when he's building up to that
he's looking
world
bigger.
record.
He is looking bigger and he's looking strong. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't think the world record's going to go.
I don't think the world record's going to go. To be honest, I don't think Luke or Zadrunas will bring.
Not at that altitude, eh?
I also think it's just the end of the season for Luke. He's a bit battered from, he's attempted that record a lot. He's just had World's Strongest Man. Yeah. I don't really think any records are going to be broken, but I think it'll still be one of those guys that wins the log.
Do you think OB has a chance of winning back the American log lift record?
No.
Sorry, OB. I tried.
Yeah. I just haven't seen the performances from OB that warrant that.
No.
You know, if you look at Worlds this year, wasn't he in the same group as Jerry?
He was Group 1.
And Jerry beat him on the log.
Yeah.
So just going on things like that.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't see, you know, Jerry's American as well. So maybe we should say Jerry's got the chance of the log record.
Well, maybe. Although that was for reps and not max.
Yeah, of course. And it does. You know, some people are better for max. Some people are better for reps.
Yeah.
Depending on what the weights are. Sometimes when it's a lot lighter, you get some guys that aren't that great at max, but they can just
got to be
rep
really
and rep.
bloody quick. Yeah.
Whereas other guys, they prefer the heavier stuff.
Yeah, do less
But
reps.
I think it should be a great competition.
So who did you pick for third? Zadrunas.
Zadrunas,
Of course,
just to be different.
Ah,
And,
that would be great. I'd be so happy if that did happen.
Yeah,
But I don't think it will.
I think it'd be good. I mean, looking at the events, I really, every athlete there is really good.
Yeah.
You know, let's be realistic. It's a strong
Yeah,
lineup.
of course. Yeah, it's like a World's Strongest Man final. It's,
You wouldn't sort of look at that and think, you know, none of them deserve to be in a final.
No, definitely not.
It's a strong lineup. I think depends how fresh some people are from Worlds. Some people might have decided that after Worlds they just want a bit of a break. They're just going to do this this is a fact. You don't know what kind of mental state people come into shows at. Sometimes when it's not when they've built up to such a big event, they'll come in then and it's just like, I'm just going to have some fun. Enjoy a good performance, and not put
get
that
hurt.
Yeah. So hopefully, I think it's going to be a great show. I'm going to look forward to watching it.
Also, sometimes people they'll push harder if it's a title on the line.
Sure.
Britain's Strongest Man, Europe's Strongest Man, Worlds. You know, obviously this is looking to be a great competition, but it's not a title.
Not yet.
And it's harder when you.
But I think when it's the first one, people are sort of always a little bit wary. You're sort of going to tread the water, and if it goes well, then it could really grow into a big title down the line.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think for now, I think Brian's doing a great job with it.
Excited to watch. We didn't mention it's the weekend of the 12th of December, so it's 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, so make sure you guys tune into it. Let us know on who you think will be first, top 3, your thoughts, some kind of...
Let us know what you want Loz to do as a forfeit.
You're feeling cocky.
I always am.
We'll see. Right, guys, we will catch you soon. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And we will be back next time. Also, hope you like the quality. The camera kit's improved.
Yeah, hopefully this actually recorded well. So we've upgraded all of our equipment.
Trying to make things better.
Yeah, fingers crossed this came out well.
So thank you all, guys. We'll be back soon. Take it easy. While you're here, guys, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my awesome strength content.